Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to just jump on here and make a short training around three very important questions that I think you need to be asking yourself right now as a business owner. At present time, right now, we are late August, and summer slowdown is happening for a lot of you. Leads are tough to come by. Your jobs are potentially getting undercut with other estimates, and so I wanted to run in present day context a short training here of three important questions to be asking. So the first one to dive into is all around profit. So this is something I would be analyzing right now in your business, and that's the question of, am I making the money I want to make? So right now, regardless of the size of your company, we should be looking at 20 to 30% net profit is what should be made from your business, kicked off from your business. So if you're hitting, $20,000 a month, you should have a solid 4 to 5 to 6 grand of that of profit for your business. Okay. So how we get there is a few tricks I'll give you right here. So one's very easy, the 4x wage multiplier. You've heard me talk about this before. So if I'm paying my technician $20 an hour, we need to be getting at minimum $80 per hour. And this includes unbillable labor hours. So if your tech is driving, I think that's spelled wrong, non-billable. There we go. If your tech is driving to storage or gassing up the truck or driving to and from the job site, you need to include all those in your charge rates right here that you're figuring out. Otherwise, you're going to just end up with a really high charge rate on the job site, but you're still going to have to pay your technician for all those hours that he or she is not on the job site. So that's kind of the first one. Okay. If you're paying a guy $20 an hour and he's only producing, $500 a day, he's working full time, that's going to be way too tight for your business. So if you can hit 4 is great, because that keeps your labor at 25% in your business, which for a service business is great. So that's the first thing to look at. Okay. And 2 would be job costing your charge rates. I like to do this on a weekly basis. Okay. And I'll give you an example of this. So let's say you've got one employee right now, and let's say that that one employee produces you $6,000 produced last week. Okay. And total hours was, let's say that they worked 70 hours. So the math on this is 6,000 divided by 70. I'll do this on my calculator so we're accurate. 6,000 divided by 70. Right here is $85 per hour. So if your tech's making $20 an hour, you're nailing it right there, right? 20 times 4, 80, you're actually at 85. Very good. Same example, if you only produce $4,000, they still did 70 hours. That's going to really hurt, right? Just for purpose of the example, 4,000 divided by 70, charge rate of $57 an hour, paying 20 an hour. We're not even hitting 3x. So your labor is like sky high. And like, once you learn this, what I'm teaching you here, doesn't matter if you're doing lawn care, junk removal, painting, pressure washing. If you can control the direct labor in your business, you're going to be running a profitable business, so long as your overhead is not out of whack. Okay. And that's the last point here, is analyzing your overhead right now. Okay. If you're paying for subscriptions you're not using, if you're paying for SEO that you're not getting results, or you're paying paid ads right now and you're not getting results, like, it's called a sunk cost in business. Okay. If you keep paying for something just because we've always paid for that, might not be the right move. You need to make decisions at the margin. So if you've paid a company, let's say, for paid ads right now for 90 days and you've not got a good result, you've paid them $5,000 and you've booked $6,000. Well, that's not a good return. It's time to cut it out. Okay. There's less eyeballs right now generally on your services right now in the market. And so now is the time, I believe, to go back to grassroots, to your neighborhoods, to your clients directly, and not go buck wild online with paid and spend like crazy. Not right now. That's not what I'd be doing. So look at putting away some money right now for Q4, right? If you've got $10,000 in your bank account, don't be spending all 10,000 on growing the business right now. I would put $3,000 away right now or $4,000 away and look to grow the business on the 5 to 6,000 that you have right now. Those of you sitting on a bigger bank balance right now, if you got 50,000 in the bank, I would go and slide right now 25 of that aside. So as you know, winter's coming, you might not be as busy. We're going to have that 25K we can fall back on. So that's the first one. Like, are you making the money you want to make? Getting very honest with yourself. And if the answer is no, get on with one of our coaches and talk about charge rates, talk about this stuff that we're teaching, because it may be time right now to lean down with your business and not to go fully on defense mode, but just analyze the numbers, because as a CEO, you got to know where the money's flowing in your business. Okay, so that's the first one. Am I making the money I want to make? 2, how can my business run as close to year round as possible? This is an important one to solve, okay? How will you make money in October, November, December? Are you going to be gutter cleaning? We're teaching on Christmas lights this week, right? I'm a big proponent of getting into Christmas lights for a bolt-on service to stay busy year round, because what happens is as you hire a team, it gets very difficult to run this business just seasonally, right? If it's you and one person and that person's not super committed, pretty easy to shut the business down in October, go traveling, whatever. But those of you, that are paying rent, those of you with families, like, you got to keep money coming in year round. Now, as long as I've seen this, it's never perfectly level. Like, even for us at Revive in January and February, we will go down a lot, but we're still bringing in some revenue, right? We're hitting $15,000, $20,000 a month in Jan and Feb. Not amazing, but enough to float through our overhead of the winter, because we do very well in October, November, and December. So you want to be answering this question now, late in August into September. Hey, winter's coming, guys, in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. How are we generating money? You've got to get ahead of this mentally and put your mind 90 days from now or 60 days from now and start getting busy on prepping for those services. And that's going to take a little bit of investment, right? Like I said, if you're sitting on 10,000 right now, you might want to look at what a $5,000 Christmas light starter package will do for your business to just get your first 10 houses out of the way and stay busy. That might be an idea to look at for your business, okay? Number 2, who needs to be on your team to make this happen, okay? Do you need to get an office manager going through the winter, or can you hire an office manager right now, or get a friend of a friend maybe to hold it together with your office? Because if you don't have the money coming in the winter months, really hard to hire right now, right? If you know you're going into Christmas lights or another winter service, you can hire more confidently now in the office and say, hey, we're going to keep you busy till the end of the year. January and February will be a bit slower, and we'll have some light takedowns and maybe some other busy work, but you can hire more confidently when you know there's dollars coming in year round. And for me, when we moved from being, 7 months a year, now we're like 10.5 months a year. We still have a slow 6-week season to start the year, as we always have. You can be in a much more confident state as a business owner. So that's worth looking who needs to be on your team, right? Even some of you are losing students right now in the next 2 weeks, right? We should probably be looking now for a year-round technician or a year-round painter or landscaper who can actually stick with us 12 months of the year. I much prefer those hires to just short-term students or seasonal hires. But again, you need to have the work coming in to justify that. And then lastly is, like, honestly, gut check time. When is it time for you to personally rest as a CEO? Like, some of you haven't had time off in months. That's going to hurt you and hurt your family, and maybe even hurt your own mental side of you personally as well, if you're not able to take proper time off to rest. So look now, rest of August, September, October, I would have at minimum like 1 week off in that time, especially those of you going into a busy Q4. You're not going to be resting a whole lot in November, December with Christmas lights going on. So be smart now. Find time to rest, even if that's going to a conference, right? Maybe turning the 3-day conference into 1 week and making it a bit more of a personal thing as well. Going away for 2-3 days. A lot of these things can help reset your mindset, because this is gearing up to run this year round. You got to make sure that you're resting as well, or you could end up burning out. Last, not least, maybe most important. I think all these are important, but I just want to leave it at 3. Okay. Question number 3, is enough of my CEO time going into generating leads? Okay. So if you're working 40 hours a week right now on and in the business, I'm going to tell you right now, 33% of your time should be put into generating leads and making relationships. So on 40 hours, you're looking at about 15 hours, give or take, a third, right? All into lead generation. If you work 5 days a week, 3 hours per day, generating business, creating relationships. This isn't a sexy answer to tell you. Through the last few years, you had leads flying at you left, right, center. Now the tap's almost shutting off, right? How are we getting in those leads? So I want you to be bringing in minimum 10 leads per week consistently. That means you're going to book 5 jobs a week, assuming you're closing 1 and 2, which you likely should be. Some of you are even higher than that. That's going to get you 20 jobs. And if you got a washing company at $1,000 average job size, that puts you at $20,000 months. That should be minimum where we're at. Those of you running more of an enterprise business model, crank that up to 20. Okay. It's just the math problem. So you want to have a weekly lead goal for you and your team. You want to post that on the wall. You want to talk about it at your team meetings. You want to circulate it in your team Slack channels. And ultimately, you need to know what it is right here in your mindset. Playing the long game means that relationships that are made now in August and September, those seeds you plant, those are going to turn into the jobs that come to fruition in October, November, December, even into the new year in 2024. So look at playing the long game, okay? This means posting on your LinkedIn, it means connecting with property managers. It means going to the Lunch and Learn and the Chamber of Commerce and creating waves in your community, okay? Joining neighborhood Facebook groups, texting 5 friends if they can post a picture of your business card in their local Facebook group, okay? Some of these things may make you a little bit squeamish and squirm. I'm being a little bit too bold. I don't want to ask this person to do that. Like, now is the time to go to war for your company, to fight through this slowdown and make sure that you stay very busy. Okay. And those of you in Florida, in the state of Florida, you'll get busy in the winter. Australia, same thing. But those of you in the West, right, or the Northern Hemisphere where I am in Canada, you got to be smart now of what's coming when winter comes around the corner. Okay. You can't take your current state for granted. We need to be forward thinking. And that's why I wanted to make this short training to give you a bit of the kick in the pants and say, winter's coming. What are we doing? You need to start wrapping your head around this mentally before it actually rolls around. And the last thing, we found a lot of success with this is hiring a VA. I've got a couple of them. So if you want to get in touch, let me know. But we've engaged a couple of VAs to be calling through our list at Revive, called all our past clients. We're currently calling what's called our archive list. So prospects that have just got a quote from Revive in the last couple of years, didn't end up going with it. We're calling that list, offering our washing services, also our painting services, and we're getting consistent lead flow from that. So 2023, picking up this thing right here, calling through our past clients and also our prospect list is yielding us results. Okay. It's not enough anymore just to send a MailChimp or just to send a text blast. Actually picking up the phone does wonders. And if you can get a professionally trained VA like we have to call through your list, should be able to turn that into leads, and you want to jump on those right away and turn them into estimates and eventually book jobs. So those are the 3 areas I really want you looking at. Okay. Number 1, am I making the money I want to make? You're going to be a lot more motivated for this business if you've got deal flow coming in, you're producing jobs and money's hitting your bank account, and you see the needle moving in the right direction. If you got huge overhead right now, look at cinching that up, especially going into winter months. You want to have, in my view, for business, you just want good value for everything you pay for. If you pay $1,000 a month for something, make sure you're getting good value from that. If you got an employer paying $20 an hour, make sure you're getting good value for that. Now is not the time to settle for 6 out of 10 good enough. Raise your standards a little bit. Expect excellence if you're paying top dollar. 2, look at getting this business running year round. Do your research, come on our Christmas light training, talk to colleagues, see what's going to work for your business and your market. Reach out to one of your coaches to discuss this, because the more money you can bring in the winter, going to help your revenue, going to help float your monthly expenses. And when there is financial stress, there's scarcity. And when you're in a scarce mindset, you're very hard to coach to take your business to the next level. So make sure that your mind is in a state of abundance. And in doing so, having your business run year round really helps with that. And lastly, if you look in the mirror and can firmly tell me you've spent 15 hours per week, non-negotiable, on pushing the envelope of lead genning, calling clients, texting them, passing out flyers, signs up, hitting local networking groups, making strategic partnerships, building a referral program, asking for Google reviews. Like if you're doing all this 15 hours a week, I can promise you, you're going to see the needle move on your business in the positive direction. A lot of you just need to work hard enough for the next few weeks with lead generation to create deal flow, get estimates going, get your schedule going, get your bank account going. It's, generally the business will lag your marketing department by about 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're dead in the water right now, you only got 2K on the schedule, you're signing up right now for like a 3-week marketing boot camp just to hit it hard. And we've got training on that in school that I would encourage you to go through again. And again, if you need access to a VA, you've got a client list, you want to get calling them, feel free to reach out to me. We got a number of clients now in the queue with our team of VAs here at HSBC. So looking forward to seeing you win this next month, but I did want to make this training. Feel free to listen to it again. Feel free to hit us up, your coaches, with any questions. But you're in this program to build a successful business. And I believe that's successful when you get income coming in and you get your time out from your business. And that's what we want to look to build with you through this program. So let me know in the comments if this helped. Any further questions, always happy to answer them. And let's kick some butt, everyone.